Hi, welcome to the Overtime Chatter. I am here with you to recap Southern Charm season. I think it's season 8. No, season 9, episodes 1 and 2. Um, this like it's gonna be a good. This episode going this like some Vanderpump Rules, kind of like sort of along them lines, touchy friend situation. So anyway, we start this off with we start the first episode off with Paige and Craig. I think that Paige is probably hanging in there because Craig got that bag because they don't seem to get along. They don't know where one wanna live or move or whatever. So anyway, the next thing we know, we see is Madison, and Madison has got married. So now it's Madison, Hudson, and Brett. It's her new husband. Madison lets us know that when she was dating Austin, that Hudson didn't really care for Austin. And the only time that Austin even came around to play with her son was when it was sometime like filming something going on like that. So anyway, this husband that she is a chief firefighter, but he works out of California, so he's home off and on. He comes back and forth to Charleston, back and forth. He flies back and forth from work like he's home. I think she said he's gone like 3 days at home, 8 days, and apparently he's taking a better. He's still a fire chief, but because he's got a wife and son now, he has taken. He's not a firefighter on the fight line any longer. And she's wonderful. She says her code is to create a wonderful home for her in Hudson, and so far her house looks really nice. It's a new home. I like the neighborhood that she was in. I like the way that it's decorated. It's clean. But it looked like she a housewife, and I don't think Madison's really like the housewife type. Maybe she's gonna take a break, and she's been a single parent for so long that she want to stay home and be a Martha Stewart, she says. But I don't think she's gonna stay home long, especially since her son is older. So anyway, now we're at Austin's and he's having tea and talking on the phone with Craig, talking about this party that Madison is having because she had a small wedding in Mexico with just her family, his and Hudson's Brett's family, and Hudson was with her. She pretty much said it was just the three of them and their family, so she wanted to celebrate while having a party. When she came home and the party was being thrown at her girlfriend's house, I think her girlfriend's name was Brittany or something with a B, but her house was nice and the party was very. They had an oyster bar. Now, but sidebar, this what I want to know. Cause outside of Beverly Hills, Southern Charm, they get up drinking, they go to bed drinking, don't nobody go to work. They spend time in Europe, they go rent homes in London, it's the World Cup, they drink, they play golf all day, they go to Africa and London and they hang around and go to parties and nobody works, but maybe Leva, cause she in Southern Charm, and she has her and her husband have restaurants. So anyway, let me get off that sidebar for a minute. So anyway, he's talking to Craig because he got invited to the party, and he lets Craig know that yeah, he talked to Madison, and she said yes, that it was fine. That Brett said that he was more than welcome to come. He can't wait to meet him. Blah 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 blah. This. So anyway, we now on Taylor and Olivia. And Taylor and Olivia had becoming close since they broke up with Shep and Austin. They were really heartbroken, so they were drawn together. So we see them today, and they rollerblading downtown. They saying how hard it is in the dating pool. And Olivia Taylor's telling us how devastated she was, how Shep just really just did a number on her, how he cheated on her, how he really feel like he really didn't love her, how she just was devastated and she still is, but she gonna try to get herself out there, and then they both asked her, if the chef is even home because they haven't seen a car in his driveway, no activity over there where he live at. The windows and stuff been closed, so they don't know what's going on if he's even home. So right when they say that, he's back. He's been to Australia and he's been to East Africa. So he says that he was in love with Taylor, and he when they broke up, he needed to get away, so he went to Africa, and he said he missed home, so he came back. So he says that Craig had joined him in Australia for a little bit, so they hung out, but he said he was really hurting, and And I said Taylor's cute, and Olivia says that Austin let her down, and they can't have trust for they were cheating. She said because he came to her and professed his love for her one minute he didn't know what to do without her. He had to have her. They had to be a part of each other's lives. And she said next week he was like, "Oh, I don't want to break up." So she was like, "That really fucked with her." So anyway, we get to Madison. We go to they at Vanita, and she gonna Vanita's, and she has purchased a dog. I love her hair, her natural hair. She has purchased a dog named Charlie, and she really likes him. And she also has a boyfriend that she's met that's named Manny. He's a musician, and he's in town every now and then. He won't be attending Madison's party because he won't be in town, but he really loves this apricot colored dress that she's picked out for herself to wear to the party. So anyway, she said that she was glad she was invited to the party because her and Madison shit was real fucked up last season, and it's because Madison said she was talking shit about her to the other girls, and she don't play that. So they made up, and now all things are good. So um, let's continue. Austin says, so anyway, it's everybody getting ready. It's time to go to the party. Miss Patricia can't come because she's sick. So Whitley not going. He going to stay home and take care of her. So anyway, it's awkward at the party. Austin don't know when to walk up to meet Madison. So he finally walks over there. Everybody bring gifts. That's what I like to do. Everybody shows up with something. So everybody goes, well, first of all, the men all meet together because they want to, where's that page at? Where well anyway the men all meet together. The men all meet together, and at the shop, the West, they say they ain't none of them worried about going to Madison party, but they all going shopping together. Shep, Craig, and Austin. And Austin knows that there's a guy in there that looks like him, and comes to find out the guy's a legendary actor, and he looks like him. He tells a story that he dated somebody named Olivia, the actor did. So, Austin relates to it. So, they get to talking and they ask Madison about that's what I'm saying, her honeymoon. She went to Mexico, Singapore, Dubai, and Bombay. And I think it's Bombay. Oh no, Bali. And she went to Bali. And Austin, he gets in his confessional. And he was like, I saw her husband. He look alright. Husband fine. Yeah, he look better than alright. So he down talking. And then in walks Vanita. She's in there with her nice little dress on. And she meets her husband. She gives her gifts. And they tell each other how they really missed each other. And then, she talks with Vanita, talks to Shep, and she sees Austin. And Chef hadn't talked to Taylor yet, and Taylor walks in, and Taylor looks nice. She got on this black dress, but she getting hammered. She drinking too much. So anyway, Roderick asked if Olivia's coming, and apparently Olivia's been dating this guy Rod. So anyway, telling Olivia are met by Lava. She tells them who they come. Taylor and Olivia finally show up at the party, and they are met by Lava before they go in the party. And she said everybody in there. So the ladies kind of get their stuff together. So the first time when Olivia walks in there, Taylor walks over and does Austin does a cheers to the happy couple, and he finally walks in and is able to talk to Olivia. And Olivia she ain't got nothing but tell, but she had nothing for Austin but fucking dust. And she's like, "Is there something I can do for you at this moment?" After they say hello to each other, and he says, "No, it's nothing." She said, "Okay, we'll get the fuck off." So that's how her thing was cringe with Olivia's interaction was cringe with Austin. Okay, so anyway, Taylor gives her gifts, and she put like a turquoise dildo in front of everybody, and Madison thought it was uncouth. I guess the people that saw it thought it was, and I guess Madison thought it was so uncouth. We see her in the next episode, which I thought was rude. One uncouth, and then she felt it was uncouth to give her a dildo. I don't think it was uncouth to give her a dildo. Maybe pull it out in front of the opening like that. Yeah. But I think it was real even cringe to show how rude you was and threw it in the trash. She was thinking of your funky ass Madison. Madison do sometimes give me an attitude. She pretty as hell and her hair is gorgeous. So anyway, like I said, Madison was shocked that she got the deal though, and Taylor just getting hammered. And Olivia and Shep they talked, and he asked how she doing, and she was like she ain't cool. He asked Taylor's temperature, and she was like she pretty hot, so she can say, So he said you gotta figure out a way to say hi. Okay, then they leave it surface. So she's still real tender and she's been drinking, so she about to explode. So I think she is. So anyway, she right behind him, and he finally behind the bar, and he finally speaks, and he tells her she looked nice. And Austin and Craig was going to walk out there to the bar, and then they saw that Shep was talking to Tail, and they was like, no, let's just lurk back here in the shadows. And so anyway, he started talking to her, and she said she went to Paris and but she said he said, yeah, I thought you loved this place, and she said, no, you the one used to talk bad about London. So Olivia tells Austin she spent Christmas in Sardinia, and he says he hit up, and she says, what the fuck for? And she kind of just don't want to mess with him. So Shep says Taylor's different, and it's his fault, and it is. So anyway, Craig found his way over to where Taylor was, and now she's outside barking at him, and they just really going off. And Craig is her target. She really mad at Shep, but she taking out on Craig, and she telling me, you knew he cheated on me, and we was friends, and you didn't call on me, and your friend is fucked up. And did you say anything to him about being fucked up? How he dissed me, and Craig was like, listen, get the fuck off of me, because you don't know what the hell I said to my friend about what he did to you, and he is my friend. It's not you. He is my friend. I like you, but that's my boy, and that's who I'm gonna roll with. And when he was out there in the street doing foul shit to you, and I know he was with you, I said something about it, because if it wasn't for me, listen, that girl. The last person that you found out about that he was gonna mess around on you with, if it wasn't for me, he'd have been in there kissing her. He'd have fucked her. And you know what? Because you talking all this shit to me, I should have let you. And that's when Taylor how out. What about your girlfriend cheating on you? And that's when Olivia says, no, no. And Craig like, man, just get the fuck out of my face. So he just walk off and end scene. That's the end of that. Yep. That is the end of that until we go to the next. So now I'm going to 2. So anyway, we're on season 9. Episode 2. This episode is called Splitting the JT, and we see Vanessa cleaning up dog poop, and Madison throwing the gift away in the trash, being rude about it. And Craig on the phone with Paige, and he talks about the party, but he doesn't tell her that shit about that stuff about Taylor saying that she cheating on him. So he says he tells Paige that he really likes Brett and that they should double date when she comes. So anyway, next thing we know, he going his way to play golf with the boys. So Taylor says, we see Taylor now. She says she quit her job to travel with Shep, and quitting her job she shouldn't have did it. She was an orthodontist assistant. So now Shep had a friend who needed a representative to promote some kind of drinks, some kind of day drinkers. It's some kind of day drink, some kind of alcohol, and she's trying to market it. She has a meeting with Lever, her restaurant, because she wants her to put it in her restaurant. And so anyway, she shows up at the presentation and she sucks. She can't get the canes out of the jar and this and that. And then Lever let her know when they get a minute to talk to themselves that blow up that you had, you need to come talk to your girlfriend so you don't do that anymore. You pretty much humiliate yourself. She didn't tell her that, but she kind of tell her that. So she said that She know that she what she did at Massey Party was unforgivable, and that she just really hurt, and that she hadn't seen him, and that the smoke she gave Craig was really smoke that was meant for Shep. So she said she still cares for Shep, and she don't want to. And she said she shouldn't have said that shit to Greg about Paige, but that is the rumor. And then Levis said, yeah, but that's what it is, though. It's a rumor, so you probably shouldn't have said nothing. So anyway, we got Austin, JT, and Craig playing golf. Like I said, these motherfuckers never do nothing. Nobody works. They say JT hasn't. They tease him because he got some old ass clubs. They say they from Vince Bagger days, so there's some old ass clubs. So this Vince Bagger's old. That's old. So JT is he new to Charleston, and he met friends. He was friends with Craig first, and it's obviously that he's the shortest of the group. So they got a lot of short jokes for him. So the boys play golf. They make bets on swings and all that type of shit. So anyway, they get to talking about JT get to talking about his trip to abroad, and he said that the trip with Taylor and him that he went to watch the World Cup, but he had a house in London. He had rented this big ass house, and he said any friend that want to come over and stay for 2 weeks can come. So a whole bunch of people came over, female, male, and Taylor was one of the ones. And when she was there, she dated. She hung out, hooked up with one that went out, or hooked up with one of the people that was in the group. And then when JT says that, Austin said, "Yeah, I know. She told me." So then JT goes to ask, talk to Craig, and be like, "Don't you think that's weird that he close to Austin, close to Shep's girlfriend like that? She's like Taylor's nearly perfect. She's beautiful, she's smart, she got a skill set. She bomb as fuck. And if I was Shep, I would have a problem with that." So Craig said, "Yeah, you know." That's a slippery slope. So anyway, Olivia likes this guy named Rob, and they meet up for a midday date. And she says she met him in a crowded bar, and he was asking her how she felt the day about her roommates moving out. And she said it felt good. And he they keep walking, and although she lives in Charleston, he invites her on a date to a place that she only has passed by and never strolled. And apparently, it's a nice strolling area. So he strolls to this park, and they have a bag lunch waiting, a nice upscale bag lunch. And they start eating a sandwich, and she knows that the bread that she's eating her sandwich off is actually made at a different shop. And what this guy did was he stopped to pick up the bread, took it to the store, and asked the deli people to use that bread to make her sandwich. That's what you call that. I like that. That's you thinking about me. Yeah. So anyway, she likes it, and it's tickled to death. And they like each other. They must like each other because they start kissing. So anyway, Austin, I told y'all Madison spent some money at her party, didn't I? So, anyway, Jeff ain't. I got these. I guess I got these backwards. So anyway, no, I don't. So where am I at with this? I think it's this part. Okay, yeah, Robin, Olivia, kiss. So Patricia, we were at Patricia's, and she in her living room with all that bullshit, looking for a hand painted pillow. And Whitney walks in, and she tells him to sit up in the seat, and she says, "Hey, you was partying until 4 o'clock in the morning. I ain't getting no sleep." And he said, "What party? What you talking about?" And she wanted him to hurry up and get married and have some kids. And he said he can't find nobody. And she says, "Because you're looking for people that's 22 years old." And I swear, I think he probably got to be almost 50. Really got to be close to 50. So anyway, the mother Patricia did let us know that her father did not get married till he was 60 years old. So Madison on the phone with her mom, she talking about, the mother saying that she going to lunch and antiquing when nobody works. She going to lunch and she gonna be antiquing that she was coming to see Madison this weekend because she home by herself in California, and her son is with the father this weekend. So she said she's just a stay. I guess she's just a stay-at-home mom. Um, Craig and Austin go to meet JT for drinks, and they waiting the chef for the Shep. So anyways, Shep comes. He starts talking about on his travels, his Gulliver travels, how he met identical twins and the women that he was able to party with, and how much fun he was having. And then JT says why ask him why he let Taylor go. And I think Shep just kind of looked crazy. And she says she's perfect. And Shep says she don't care if Taylor. So anyway, he said, how you feel about her being? How you feel? JT asked Shep how he feels about Austin and Taylor being such good friends, and he said he liked it in the confessional. Even Craig said it. You do like it. If you still care about somebody and it's somebody y'all both have in common, you want that person to stay in place so you can hear what the other motherfuckers doing. If they moved on, if they doing good, they doing bad. So he tells about. So he said, even the sleepover, they're like, what? He said, well, this is what happened. So Austin started explaining that the night of the party that, Taylor was zoomed out and some couple people went to his house to chill out the drink, and JT might have been one of them. And as the party was winding down, everybody was leaving. Apparently Taylor went and lay down in the guest room because she got too drunk. Well, the next morning, Austin in his room chilling, JT calls Taylor to ask her to come to get coffee, and she says okay, or she says okay. She's just leaving, or she got to go home because she was just leaving Austin, so it's like a sleepover. So anyway, Shep don't like that shit, but you know what, Shep, that's what you get. Yep. So anyway, she was her and Austin are friends, and JT says that you need to be careful with that. So Austin says, you know she was in the guest room and that's not gonna happen. And Craig asked Austin if he's ever kissed Taylor, and he said no. So Shep wants to trust Austin, so he says he's just gonna go for what they say. Now, see, here go the issue. The issue gonna be is that Austin is that Olivia and Taylor are close, and once Olivia get wind, if Taylor don't tell her about her and Austin, her spending the night at Austin, this is gonna be a fucking problem. So anyway, but Craig, after Craig asked Austin, Austin said no. Craig said he lying. He said because he watched a lot of detective pictures, and when you ask a person a question, if they look to the left and down, that mean they lying. So he said he think he lying, but Chef said he wouldn't believe them. So anyway, we see Madison visit Vanita, and Vanita's got her yard. She needs some yard work, so Madison over there helping her pull up uh weeds, and Vanessa's like, oh, you're the only person I would feel comfortable with doing this, being myself with, whatever, just pulling up some fucking weeds. But anyway, don't forget she's also asking you, Madison, because you won Yard of the Month twice in a row, so that's cool. So Madison and V, they wanted to do a girl date with Taylor because they said Taylor was really off the chain. And while we're watching this, the men keep just going to bar at the bar at the bar, and they keep talking about Taylor and Austin relationship. And Craig Sheffield talk and has a problem with Austin and Taylor. He said, "Yeah, I kind of do." He thinks that since the breakup, Austin and Taylor are close, but he liked that. So anyway, next thing we know, we see this guy Rod. He's best. He was friends. Is a best friend from high school, and So anyway, it's a friend for them from high school. So he joins them and he's drinking. So they're at another bar. They asked JT what was his last serious relationship. He said it's when he was married. And they was like, what? You was fucking married? And he was like, yeah, but it didn't last long. And that ain't no serious story. So Craig says JT is holding out to have sex with Taylor. That's why he's not having sex. And Shep worried he doesn't think that he'll find anyone like her. So now he's starting to have second thoughts about letting her go. So the sleepover bothers him with Austin, and he said he wish Austin would have told him instead of JT bringing to the table. And he said he would be mad if they slept together. And he looked real stupid, but he tells Craig that this is how I feel. Is I feel like this. I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if the both of them just went for it and nobody would know. So they just decided that they probably shouldn't talk about Taylor anymore with Shep. And I guess we get to see next week when I think it's next week when Olivia and Taylor talk about what the hell going on with Austin and Taylor. So anyway, with that, could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I so appreciate it. So have a good one. Bye now.